Hello, my book and wax friends. I'm Amber if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. I have a bookish video for you guys today. Since it's almost June, let's talk about my summer TBR. So these are some of the books that I want to get to, hopefully this summer. And I'm here to chat about them with you. And if there are any that you do recommend from the pile that I have, definitely let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching, so let's jump on into it. The first one, oh, and I did remember my reading glasses just in case. The first one I have to share is Heir of Storms. This is by Lauren Hamilton Murray. This is the Fairy Loot edition of this book. And the back, it says, I am the girl who wove the storm that shook the world, and I am coming for my crown. So this just for sure looks summery to me. So let's look and see what it is about. So pretty. There is the naked hardcover. Okay. And I think I can read it without my glasses. So hooray for that. When Blaze came into the world, she almost drowned in it. Blaze, a rain singer, is born into one of the most powerful fire-wielding families in the Empire. Her birth summoned a devastating storm that resulted in the death of thousands, and she has spent her life as an outsider, reviled and feared. When Blaze and her twin brother, Flint, are selected to compete in the choosing right, the trials which decide the future rulers of the empire, she suddenly is thrust into the limelight and into battle. Threats abound at the Golden Palace, where intrigue and romance await, with not one but two handsome suitors the enchanting crown prince and a dangerously alluring newcomer at court. As her powers strengthen and her fellow competitors fall, the throne is suddenly within her grasp. But in order to take the crown, she'll have to leave behind the stories that others have told her, or to have told about her, and find the courage to write her own. So I've heard good things about this one. First book, I think, in a series, and little trials, little love triangle. So we'll see. So Heir of Storms. The next one I have to share is Love and Saffron. This is by Kim Fay. This is actually on my 25 books I want to read for 2026. And it is an epistolary novel, I know. Two strangers, one recipe, and a friendship for the ages. Creamy risotto, mussels in a hot buttery broth, chicken spiced with cinnamon and cloves. In 1960s America, Joan Bergstrom and Imogen Fortier understand the key to a savored life. Delicious food. Young Joan is just discovering herself as a food writer in a bustling Los Angeles, while experienced columnist Imogen is settled in her decades-long marriage on Camano Island outside Seattle. When Joan sends a fan letter to Imogen with an enclosed packet of saffron and a recipe, their journey of culinary exploration and soul-deep friendship and personal transformation begins. So I've heard such good things about that one, and I am looking forward to getting to that, hopefully this summer. Okay, the next one I have to share is The Starlit Prince. This is by C.F.E. Black, and it is a fantasy novel, if you can't tell by the cover. It says, she never expected to marry a fae. The night before her family is set to win a fortune, Talia faces utter ruin. The only way out, accept a snap deal with a mysterious fae and become his bride. Rafael Romero has one last chance to break his curse, and it lies in the blood of his new wife. If only he can win her heart. What he doesn't expect is to fall for the woman he's chosen as his sacrifice. Determined to get to know the distant, grumpy man she married, Talia puts aside her fears and attempts to uphold her wedding vows. But every step she takes towards him, he withdraws. Is he just another suitor who changed his mind, or is he hiding something from her? And is his secret something she can forgive? So that sounds good. And I am a fan of the marriage of convenience trope, so looking forward to that one. Okay, this one is completely out of my comfort zone. It is also on my yearly TBR. It is a cozy mystery, which I've never actually read a true cozy mystery. So this is Class Reunions Are Murder by Libby Klein. And I've heard really good things about this one. I've seen some other booktubers give it 5 stars, which is surprising. So I've heard about cozy mysteries like this. And so I was like, okay, I want to try a cozy mystery. This one has been highly rated. Let's do this one. So, and plus it's about class reunions, which usually take place in the summer. So that felt like a good fit for my summer TBR. It says, newly widowed and stuck in a middle-aged funk, Poppy has been running on cookies, infomercials, and one-sided chats with her cat for months. There's no way on earth she's attending her 25-year class reunion, especially after receiving a very bizarre letter from Barbie, the popular cheerleader who taunted her all through high school, at least not until Poppy's best friend practically drags her to the event. Using the dreaded homecoming as an excuse to visit her eccentric Aunt Jenny, Poppy vows to leave Cape May with pride and Spanx intact. Too bad Barbie is still the queen of mean at the reunion, and worse, that her dead body is lying right in front of Poppy's old locker. Okay. I heard it's really funny, like cozy mystery. It should be entertaining. All right, the next one I have to share is Capitana by Cassandra James. I think it's the first in a duology. The second book I'm pretty sure is coming out this year or has come out this year. And this one is, it says, justice will be served to pirates and their sympathizers. Zamina Real has spent her life training to become one of the black-cloaked cazadores, seafaring hunters who capture the pirates pillaging the Luzon Empire. But although Zamina is the top candidate at La Academia, that will not be enough for a daughter of the notorious Reales, pirate captains who were executed for their crimes. So when Gasparilla, the most infamous pirate in Luza's history, attacks the capital, Zamina offers to catch him in exchange for being named a cazadora. The Empire accepts on one condition: she must compete for her cloak against Dante de Leon, the pompous and infuriating son of the High Minister. So, how can I not read seafaring stories during the summer? So this one was one I was like, it's been on my TBR, on my shelves for a year or so, and I for sure want to get to it this year. So this is, I think, the Illumicrate edition. Yeah, this is an Illumicrate edition, but the inside is really cool. Look at that. It's a map. That's so cool. So anyway, this one sounds good. You have to have a little bit of seafaringness during the summer. The next one I have is called Of Flame and Fury. This is by Michaela Bridge and Pretty. This is an Illumicrate edition, and this I think is about phoenixes. On the island built from ash and shrouded in fire, Phoenix racing is as profitable as it is deadly. Calvera and her team of underdogs, the Crimson Howlers, are desperate to win their annual races, but the Howlers need a new rider, which leads Kel to join forces with Warren Coopers, an arrogant rival she can't get out of her head. As tensions rise on and off the track, Kel accepts a job from a mysterious tech mogul who shows an unsettling interest in her phoenix, Savita. Thus, this thrusts Kel into a conspiracy that endangers everyone she cares about, especially Coop, for whom her resentment is igniting into something dangerously new. So that sounds good. That's a cool naked hardcover. That's really cool. It's been a minute since I've actually looked at this, but the end paper art, very pretty. Okay, so sounds good. Fiery, I think summer because it's hot. So that one is on my list. Next up is another one for my annual TBR. It is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, a classic that I have never read. And this is about Huckleberry Finn, who is a rebel against school and church, casual inheritor of gold treasure, rafter of the Mississippi, and savior of Jim, the runaway slave. He is an archetypical American maverick. So I've been wanting to read this for a while, and it feels summery for sure. So, because I know they raft down the river. All right, the next one I have to share is a clean fantasy, I know, and this is Forest of Scarlet. It looks like it's the first book. Court of Midsummer Mayhem by Tara Grace. And this one is, I think, a reimagining of Robin Hood. So let's see what it's about. The Fae snatch humans as playthings to torment. The Primrose steals them back, vowing that no other family would endure the same fear and pain she felt when her older sister was snatched by the Fae. Bridget puts on an empty-headed facade while she rescues humans in the shadowy guise of the Primrose. Hero to humans, bane to the Fae. Her only regret is that she can't tell the truth to Munch, the young man in the human realm who she's trying very hard not to fall in love with. Munch has a horrible nickname and an even more terrible full name, and the shadow of his heroic sister and 5 older brothers to overcome. It's rough being the little brother of the notorious Robin Hood and her merry band. The highlights of his life are the brief visits by Bridget, the messenger girl for the dashing Fae hero, the Primrose. When an entire village of humans is snatched by the Fae in a single night, Munch jumps at the chance to go to the Fae realm, pass a message to Bridget, and through her to the Primrose, and finally get his chance to be a hero, just like his older siblings. But the Fae realm is a dangerous place, especially for a human unbound to a Fae or court. One wrong decision could spell disaster for Munch, Bridget, and the Primrose. So, and it says, will this stolen bride's sister and Robin Hood's brother reveal the truth of their hearts before the Fae realms snatches hope away from them forever? So, sounds good. A little vibe, it's giving me a tiny vibe of Heartless Hunter, in that Bridget has to hide her true nature, which is kind of and act like an airheaded, not knowing socialite type of person. So that is very similar to Heartless Hunter, except in that book, she's a witch, saving witches. So, okay, moving on to the next one, The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie. This is by Rachel Linden. I was going to read this last summer, never got around to it, but I'm still interested in it. It is a magical realism type story. And it is about Lolly Blanchard, whose life only seems to give her lemons. 10 years ago, after her mother's tragic death, she broke up with her first love and abandoned her dream of opening a restaurant in order to keep her family's struggling Seattle diner afloat and care for her younger sister and grieving father. Now, a decade later, she dutifully whips up the diner's famous lemon meringue pies each morning while still pining for all that she has lost. As Lolly's 33rd birthday approaches, her quirky great aunt gives her a mysterious gift, 3 lemon drops, each of which allows her to live a single day in the life that might have been hers. What if her mom had not passed away? What if she had opened her own restaurant in England? What if she had not broken up with the only man she has ever loved? Surprising and empowering, each experience helps Lolly to let go of her regrets and realize the key to transforming her life lies not in redoing her past, but in having the courage to embrace her present. So that sounds good. It is a women's fiction with some magical realism, which I do really enjoy. Okay, the next one is a YA pirate fantasy. It is Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. This was another one I was going to read last summer and never got around to it. So this is about a girl, set on a mission to retrieve an ancient hidden map, the key to a legendary treasure trove. 17-year-old pirate captain Alosa deliberately allows herself to be captured by her enemies, giving her the perfect opportunity to search their ship. More than a match for the ruthless pirate crew, Alosa has only one thing standing between her and the map: her captor, the unexpectedly clever and unfairly attractive first mate, Ridden. But not to worry, for Alosa has a few tricks up her sleeve, and no lone pirate can stop the Daughter of the Pirate King. So I've heard really good things about this series. This is the first book. I think it's a trilogy. So hopefully I can get to that one this summer. The next one is a rom-com, You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. I have and love, I don't have it on the shelf, it's on my other bookshelf. I have her Christmas book. Now I don't remember what it's called. I'll put it down here for you guys. But I loved it. I loved that book so much. It was so fun. And it had some magical elements in it. I loved it. So I've heard really good things about this one, and I wanted to pick it up since I did love the Christmas one, which I can't remember the name of. So like I said, hopefully I remembered to put the title down there for you guys, but I do highly recommend it. So this is about a girl named Naomi. Naomi Westfield has the perfect fiance. Nicholas Rose holds doors open for her, remembers her restaurant orders, and comes from the kind of upstanding society family any bride would love to be a part of. They never fight. They're preparing for their lavish wedding that's 3 months away. And she's miserably and utterly sick of him. Naomi wants out, but there's a catch. Whoever ends the engagement will have to foot the non-refundable wedding bill. When Naomi discovers that Nicholas, too, has been feigning contentment, the two of them go head-to-head in a battle of pranks, sabotage, and all-out emotional warfare. But with the countdown looming to the wedding that may or may not come to pass, Naomi finds her resolve slipping, because now that they have nothing to lose, they're finally being themselves and having fun with the last person they'd expect, each other. So I've heard it's hilarious, and the summer is wedding season, so I felt like that one would work perfect for my summer TBR. Okay, the last one, another one on my TBR, my annual TBR of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. I think this was on my April TBR as well, but I never got around to it. It just feels more summery to me, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till the summer. Never got to it. So this is about, I think it's kind of Mulan inspired, but look at that naked heart. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, And then the end papers, this is Illumicrate. Yeah, this is an Illumicrate edition. On the back it says, to seek revenge, she needs to stay alive. 18-year-old Ying dreams of becoming a world-class engineer like her father. But after his unexpected murder, a heartbroken Ying is determined to discover why anyone would threaten a man who ultimately chose a quiet life over fame and fortune. And sorry for the glare. I'm trying to angle my head so I don't like blind everybody. It's kind of hard to do, but okay. Left with only a journal of her father's engineering secrets and a jade pendant snatched from the assassin, Ying follows the trail to the capital and the prestigious Engineers Guild, a place that harbors her father's hidden past. Disguised as her brother, Ying manages to infiltrate the male-only apprenticeship trial with the help of an unlikely ally. I don't know how to say this. Aoigia. I know I butchered that and I apologize. Okay, the nation's taciturn 8th prince. With her father's renown placing a target firmly on her back, Ying must stay one step ahead of her fellow competitors. The jealous guild masters and the killer still hunting for her father's journal. Complicating everything is her increasingly tangled relationship with the prince, who has mysterious plans of his own. The secrets hidden within the guild can be deadly as the weapons they build. And with her life and the country's future at stake, Ying doesn't know who to trust. And can she avenge her father if it means going against everything he stood for? So, sounds like it could be good. And I love that it looks like there's like flying airships. That's awesome. So that's it, you guys. That is everything on my TBR for the summer. Well, not everything, because there are actually other books that I have coming in and that I might decide I want to read that are also summary, but here's some options anyway to add to my TBR cart as we make the transition to summer. So as I said at the beginning, if you have read any of these, do you recommend them? Let me know if I need to make any of these a priority. So, and let me know what you plan on reading for the summer. What type of books do you like to read during the summer time? I appreciate all of you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet for more book and home fragrance content, because I do post about both. And until next time, you guys, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.